Hello friends, how are you? The most valuable coins. Can you imagine that a simple copper coin sitting forgotten in an old drawer, a piggy bank, or a dusty coin collection could carry a fascinating story that stretches back more than 50 years? Today, we're exploring the remarkable history of the 1971 2 pence coin from the United Kingdom. Many people on the internet claim this coin is worth millions, while others believe it can completely change your life. But what is the real story behind this famous coin? Stay with me until the end, because today we're separating fact from fiction and uncovering the true history of one of Britain's most recognizable copper coins. The year 1971 marked a historic turning point for the United Kingdom. It was the year Britain introduced its new decimal currency system, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence structure. To celebrate this major change, the Royal Mint released brand new coins, including the famous 2 pence. This small copper coin became one of the first symbols of Britain's modern monetary system and quickly entered the pockets of millions of people across the country. When you look closely at the reverse side of the coin, you'll notice one of the most beautiful designs ever placed on British currency. It features the badge of the Prince of Wales, showing 3 elegant feathers rising above a royal crown. Beneath the feathers appears the famous motto, Ik dien, which means, I serve. This royal emblem has represented the Prince of Wales for centuries and gives the coin a unique historical identity that collectors admire around the world. The 1971 2 pence coin was struck in bronze, giving it its rich copper color and solid feel. Unlike many modern coins that use different metal compositions, these early decimal coins contain a high percentage of copper, making them especially attractive to collectors who appreciate vintage British coinage. Over the years, millions of these coins circulated through shops, markets, banks, and homes. They were used to buy newspapers, groceries, bus tickets, and everyday items. At the time, very few people imagined that decades later collectors would carefully examine these same coins under magnifying glasses, searching for unusual features, minting mistakes, and perfectly preserved examples. One of the biggest myths surrounding this coin is that every 1971 2 pence is worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The truth is very different. Most 1971 coins were produced in extremely large numbers, making ordinary examples quite common today. A circulated coin like the one shown in this video is usually worth only a small amount above its face value. Its real importance lies in its history rather than its price. However, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Sometimes a tiny mistake made during the minting process can transform an ordinary coin into something much more desirable. Errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or other genuine minting mistakes can make certain coins much more valuable than standard examples. These rare errors are carefully authenticated by professional grading companies before collectors are willing to pay significant amounts for them. Another important factor is the coin's condition. A coin that has spent decades in circulation usually shows scratches, worn details, and discoloration. On the other hand, a coin that remained untouched in brilliant uncirculated condition is much more attractive to collectors. The better the condition, the higher the potential collector value. If you own a 1971 2 pence coin, the first thing you should do is inspect it carefully under good lighting. Look closely at the lettering, the date, the edge, and the design. If everything appears normal, it is most likely a standard circulating coin. If you notice an unusual feature that seems different from ordinary examples, it may be worth having the coin examined by an experienced numismatist or a professional grading service. One important piece of advice is never to clean an old coin. Many people believe that polishing or washing a coin increases its value. But collectors generally prefer coins with their original surfaces. Cleaning can permanently damage the coin and reduce its collector appeal. 1971 2 pence coin may not be worth a fortune, it remains an important piece of British history. It represents the beginning of decimal currency in the United Kingdom and reminds us of a major financial transformation that affected an entire nation. Every scratch on the coin tells the story of countless transactions and decades of everyday life. That is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Sometimes the greatest treasure isn't the money a coin is worth, it's the history it carries. A simple copper coin can connect us to a different era, a different economy, and generations of people who used it long before us. So, if you have a 1971 2 pence coin, keep it safe and enjoy it for what it truly is, a historic piece of British currency. While most examples are not worth millions, genuine mint errors and exceptional uncirculated specimens can attract strong interest from collectors. Always verify extraordinary claims before believing sensational stories online. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy discovering the real history behind rare and historic coins, don't forget to subscribe and join us for more fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. You never know, the next coin we explore might reveal another incredible chapter of history waiting to be discovered.